Answers. That's 35 minutes.
Welcome back to another episode of Ravens Roundup. We 4 deep with the 5th one coming in. We're gonna bring up the rear, and he'll be here shortly. We're still missing out on our 6th member, but we know he's working. So shout out to Mikey. And once Mikey, gets into a space where he can join us, he will be. We ain't forgot about you, but salute to Mikey and doing his thing. Welcome in, fellas. How y'all doing? What's good?
Man, when Mike come back, I'm taking a long ass vacation off the show. I'm gonna tell you that.
Hey, Mikey doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. We know where his heart at.
Right.
How was the weekend outside of football?
Not good. It was cool. But not for him. It was cool for me.
Not for who?
Better good for me.
It's all good for me. I enjoyed it.
So B bought me some wings from the worst place ever. Wingstop, America's Best, Buffalo Wild Wings.
I knew better than that, but his son picked it.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I thought they'd be better than that. The wings. I mean, the wings I picked, they weren't good. They weren't good.
What kind you have?
Lemon pepper.
Oh, you got universal that's supposed to be good.
It's supposed to be,
but it's Buffalo Wild Wings.
But yeah, not Buffalo Wild Wings. Very disappointed.
But you gotta get the honey lemon pepper wings.
Yeah. Well,
the mom and pop spots always had the best wings.
Yep. Or the Chinese joints.
Yeah, the Chinese best has the lemon pepper wings that are delicious.
Okay.
America's Best is pretty good around here. We got a couple of those places.
Gotcha. Well, before we get started, I'm gonna say shout out to a few of the people in the chat. So let's go to the top and see who jumped in first. RJ Horry or Ori, whichever, depending on how you say that, because we're like Robert Ori, but spelled Horry. He says, can't wait to hear what you guys say. He just finished with the Purple Rain podcast. Appreciate you for coming through. And then he was first, and then 86 Ghost came in with a yo. He says, can anyone hear that random sound effect? No, they cannot, Brandon, because I was not on when you put that in here. I was in the living room watching TV, so nobody heard that random sound effect that you're talking about. But then once we got started, Jason Fort came in and says, what up, Coach? So appreciate you, Jason, for dropping in. Malik with his normal bird raven tweet. Appreciate you for jumping in. Osman, what's up? He says, well, hello to the crew and the chat. Appreciate you, Osman. Daniel Berry coming through. Yolanda came through. Appreciate you, Yolanda. Mosaic came through. Says, good day, Coach. Appreciate you. Blackula, what's up? Jordan Yates, appreciate you. Cam, as always. Jared says, salute. Who else? Deadly Jordan. That's a new name. So Deadly Jordan is new. That's the first time I've seen it. So appreciate you, Deadly Jordan, for coming through. DDSQ, I am Pablo, and Jose or B, one of y'all say hit that like button. Appreciate it.
That's right.
Appreciate
like button. Subscribe.
Hey, and RJ says Robert Orr is his cousin. Hey, whether he is or he is not, I'm gonna take you at your word, big dog.
How about that?
I'm gonna take you at your word. What up, Levi? Levi say you got to get the blazing wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I don't like that hot stuff. So y'all, I leave that hot stuff to y'all.
I'm getting nothing wings from Buffalo Wild Wings.
You going to something like this, you have to get this one particular thing. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
What up, Ed? Ed says Macari and Falafel have tricked the fan base once again. Ed, he is not. They have not tricked. Well, they might have tricked them.
No,
they ain't tricked your boy. They ain't tricked your boy. We'll talk about them cats later on, but they ain't tricked your boy. Zeke says, Coach, Brodney, Hendo, and Jose, what's good, unks? Make sure he said he put an S on that, unks, and everyone. Chandler B says, Lamar should be able to claim John on his taxes. Wow. Julian says, what's up, Roundup? And Donnie J says, what's good, not 77.
Wow.
that's a good one, too.
I still believe in you, Daniel.
No, you don't.
So that's pretty much everybody that's came through so far. And again, once you come in, hit that like button. I'll be passing out the tally points And shoot, we already hit the first milestone. Let me go ahead and do that. We've already hit the 25 like button. So let me go ahead and pass those out. Let me get to it. So y'all already on point. Already
While
on
you doing
point.
that, Coach, I want to give a shout out to you, okay? And in the More Sip to Tally channel, right? You guys need to go over there and hit the subscribe button. All right. He absolutely nailed it on the Vikings. Okay. If you look at the power rankings before the season started, and he Coach lays out exactly why the teams got the rankings. The Vikings were ranked high. I think top five, right? You had them ranked top 5.
I don't know if it was top 5, but they definitely were top 10.
They
They definitely were top 10.
They were above the Ravens or tied with the Ravens.
They're tied.
They were
Ravens, I believe.
tied with the Ravens
I think
for
like
5
6 or
or
something
maybe
like that.
5 or 6, somewhere up in there. Yeah.
And you said they have everything. The only weakness is really quarterback, but they have everything else. And they're showing you that. But this is why you guys need to go and subscribe to that channel. More Sip to Tally, because Coach can break it down like no other. Some of these surprises aren't really surprises if you're watching Coach's channel. All right.
Yep.
So go subscribe. More Sip to Tally.
Matter of fact, let me put that timer back up there so it'll pop up. Hold on. Where is that? Because I cut all my timers off earlier for all them videos I did earlier. See, I ain't have to go to work today. So I was working. I was working over here. Where my timers at? There they go. There it is. Got it on. So that's what was going on. And so since we did get a victory, maybe not the way we wanted to get a victory, but we did get a victory. Glasses up. Glasses up.
I'm not going to smile about it.
So yeah, right. Let me frown. Toast to the easing of the victory versus the Dallas Cowboys. What was it? 28 to 25.
Yeah, 25.
Seemed like it was 28 to 27.5, but we'll take it and we'll go with it. We'll run from it, and hopefully it's the start of a 10 in a row. Hopefully it'll be 10 in a row, or 12 in a row, or just some good fortunes, because even though we won, it's still not the greatest taste, in my mouth for victory. But we'll get to all that and go from there. So here's one of these
right now. Just want to let you know that.
And if you want one of these delicious holding purple Kool-Aid chalices, go to patreon.com/sip-to-tally. Get yourself one. Sign up for the Gunslinger tab, and you'll have one on your way within the next 5 to 7 business days. But also, good catch. McLaurin with a bomb, Bradney. McLaurin just caught a bomb.
Scary Terry.
Nice.
You got him on your fantasy team, don't it?
No.
Oh, I thought that's why you were talking about Scary Terry.
No, man. They're up.
Yeah, they are up.
Wow.
But before we get into the Ravens talk, because if we do this on the end, you guys leave.
Yeah, you do.
Jose and B, let the people know where they can find you and what you guys got coming up.
Yes, me and B are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and we follow that up with the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT Show. And also, like if you're looking at my shirt right here, you like that shirt? That's that's one of our things that you can find on our store. Okay, this is for our boxing podcast, Ring Kings podcast. All right, that we do with our brother OTR Mike. But if you like this gear, you like what B's wearing, lbhtshow.com/shop is where you can find it. And you can find us everywhere on social media at LBHT Show. It's all the same thing.
Link in the description. Go ahead, B.
As well, with the recent happenings with Bryce Young. First off, very, very disappointed in y'all that y'all did not toast to the Carolina Panthers victory Monday, but that's okay. We passed that now. I was waiting. I thought y'all was going to do it, but that's all right.
There you go, B. It's all for you.
It's not too late. Not too late.
Not
too late.
Terry McLaurin.
Hey, what I do want to toast to is all those dots Andy Dalton was throwing. Woo! I do want to toast to that.
That was a beautiful throw from Jaden Daniels, and since Bryce,
why you disregarded all the dots Andy Dalton was throwing?
I'm just saying that's part of it. It's I saw that. Andy Dalton was throwing it around, first quarterback this season with 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's about appreciating the little things now. Now that I know that
Congratulations.
we got to start back over
somewhere
from scratch. Yeah,
got to crawl before you walk.
Thanks.
Got to crawl before you walk. Get that O-line situated before you throw your guy back out there again.
Oh, I think they're fine.
Get him a girl. Get his O-line situated. Then he'll be good to go. Don't let them.
Are you talking about Bryce?
Don't let them shitting ass basketball players take his girl no more.
Listen, Bryce is beyond us. we looking towards Cam Ward.
Ooh, already?
I mean,
already?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as Andy don't play us out of contention.
Gotcha. Y'all 1-2 or 2-1?
1-2.
1-2. Okay. Now that was a serious question. I didn't know. That was a serious question. I wasn't trolling.
No. It was ugly those first 2 weeks, but you know what though? They are going to be helping you guys out next week as they're going to be beating down this garbage ass Cincinnati team.
Hey, the Commanders doing that right now.
Yeah.
They lose today. It's a wrap. They might as well start. It might as well be a fire sale.
Yep. Go on seeing T. Higgins somewhere.
Baltimore.
Yep. All right, let's get into this Ravens talk because I think it's gonna get real juicy. And again, let me know when Chris popping there so I can get him in on this goodness. All right, first question is for you in the chat box to put your answers to, and it's for the guys on the panel. So we rushed for 274 yards Sunday. How do you feel the offensive line did? Even though we rushed for 274 yards Sunday, how do you feel the offensive line did?
The left side of the offensive line, I thought, did very well. And I think they get an incomplete in pass blocking because they just didn't drop back very often. They kind of took Parsons and Lawrence and them out of the game that way. And that's as specific as I like to be because I'm not in on the Daniel Falele slander like y'all.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much what B said. The left side did an excellent job. The right side, not so much, but they weren't a disaster. I wish we would have seen that the first 2 weeks, and again, that's more of scheme than anything, but it was better. We all expected it because this is what John Harbaugh does when his back's against the wall. All right. You get the best versions of the team. So it didn't surprise me, but we got to do better.
I think they were solid. I think they did a lot better than they did in weeks 1 and week 2, especially the left side. But I'm still a little skeptical on Voorhees because he did have the 2 holding penalties. Mm-hmm. So it's some things that he needs to clean up. But overall, they did well. But just the inflection point of the testing with the Dallas defensive line. Right side, still ass. 100%. 100%. And I think that one thing that got skirted over was the fact that Lamar and Derrick Henry broke some runs. Like they broke tackles. So it made that offensive line look a little bit better than it was. Lamar ran away from some people. So, of course, Lamar being a quarterback, it makes your offensive line appear to be better than it actually is. But once again, they perform better than they have in the past. So I guess that's a positive.
My answer to that is Ronnie and Tyler did their thing for the most part. Tyler really only had that one issue when Micah did the Luka hesitation crossover on him and made him look bad. I will say that Voorhees is on the verge of getting a nickname similar to Meg the Simpson. and his nickname is going to be similar to one of the most annoying female rappers out there right now. So
Andrew Minaj?
No, she ain't annoying to me.
Oh,
Ice Andrews?
Oh,
no, she ain't annoying to me either.
Andrew Red?
Yes, but I'm gonna make it worse than that. Sexy Voorhees. If he don't stay off the goddamn ground. But and I will say the first half Falele was okay. Second half he resorted back to trash. And then Falele, Michael Parsons just was doing him wrong.
Yeah, of course he was.
Michael Parsons was doing him wrong.
To be fair though, Coach, wasn't that the second half game plan? for the Baltimore Ravens?
What
Right.
to get done wrong?
And resort back to trash.
But you know what though? Yeah, I mean, we changed up the scheme. We got a little lax out there, and of course his play fell off. I think he's right. Be aggressive.
Julian say call Voorhees Biggie Azalea. That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. But I don't know. We'll talk about them cats later on, but I don't know, man. Like, I think the play calling kind of helped them a little bit, but you have too many technical mistakes, and you're too big to allow. Like, it's one play. I don't remember which video I highlighted it in. That Falele had a linebacker that's 220. Because I looked up his size. Mm-hmm. He was 220, and I initially said Falele was 280. I forgot that Falele is not 280. He's 380. Yeah. So I initially said it's a 60-pound difference. You're supposed to be dogging this dude out. And then I corrected myself. No, it's a 160-pound difference. You're supposed to be mauling this dude. And then he just shucks you and go and make the tackle.
Yeah.
He too kind. He too nice. He had a shot where he could have murked like number 6 or some single digit number for the Cowboys. And he just went up to him and basically grabbed his flag. Dudes, and I'm still not trying to call him the S word. Still, but it's about to be. He about to be called that.
His play is.
Yes, his play is. Yes, I'm still not trying to call his play S, but it's really on the verge of that.
But he is who he is, Coach. It's a certain guy in the organization. We're just going to call him Mr. H, JH, and he wants nice guys. He wants good quality character guys. He doesn't want guys that have dogs in them or alpha males or ones that are going to talk back. He wants the nice guys, and sometimes it translates to the field that way. Falele is just a gentle giant, and his play, unfortunately, is that of it.
I'd be real upset when he leaves and excels elsewhere.
Hey, Brad,
remember when I said
just like Chuck Clark this weekend?
Brad, this is one time I'm going to say, ain't happening.
Remember what I said about players, like him? The first thing they say about you is he's a good guy. I don't want him on the team. Mm-hmm. John Harbaugh is the opposite. He wants to know what your character is before your play.
all I can think about is that Kobe meme, and not even Kobe meme when Kobe was talking to Dwight Howard. So that's all I can think about when I think about him. But I will say he moved his feet better, but his if I go in the alley with him, I don't think we coming out. Cause I'm gonna have to whoop his dude and mine.
And then with him, I'm not helping.
You got to pick him up.
Yeah. Cause I'm gonna have to whoop my dude and his, then drag his big heavy self out the alley. That I ain't trying to do that. Not at this age. I'm too old for that. So it is what it is, man. Forget that dude. But hopefully it'll get better. If he get a little bit better this week, maybe it is what it is. But we'll get back to him in a little bit. All right, question 2 for panel and chat box. Wide receivers caught 7 balls Sunday. Do they need to be more involved in the offense, or is this what our offense is now? They caught 7 balls. Zay caught 3. Not Zay.
Nelly caught 2, I believe, right?
They caught 2. Nelly caught 1, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you don't have any other wide receivers, so I don't. Maybe it was just 6.
Tyler Wallace played.
No. We caught 7. Nelly caught 1. Bateman caught 3, and Zay caught 3.
Okay.
I thought they had 2.
Yeah.
But, that's fine for playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Facts.
they're going to need to be more like if you're I don't know if how many people are paying attention to what's going on Monday Night Football right now. Next week when you play the Buffalo Bills, who dropped 34 in the first half, the wide receivers are probably going to need to be more involved. When you play Kansas City, once they get rolling, your wide receivers are probably going to need to be more involved. Some of the other teams in the AFC, you're going to need to be able to pass the ball better than you have been over the first few weeks. But Dallas can't stop anybody from running. And despite having just paid, $92, $93 million out to CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott per year, they were not able to take advantage of the worst pass defense in the league. So it's whatever this week.
Mm-hmm.
But next week, you're going to have to be better.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is, man. Like, this is a team that you built. There are no surprises on this team, right? If you're Harbaugh and EDC, if EDC said next year for the O-line, right? Like, this is exactly what you expected. You say every year that you're a run-heavy team and you play a hard-nosed defense. That's your style. That's just what you guys do. Then do it. If you got to run, and you got to impose your will against every defense, even the ones that with good run defense. That's just what it is. That's why you brought in Derrick Henry. So run the ball. You're not set up to pass the ball. So yeah, it needs to be more like this. And if you get behind by multiple scores, tell the defense to step up, right? Because you're not built to pass. Sorry, we're stuck with what we have for now. There's nothing we can do to change it unless Cincinnati decides to do a fire sale.
What do you mean? You just did something to change the defense?
Well, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that because we'll talk about that. I got an issue with that too. I got an issue with that, but we'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, passing to 7 times the wide receivers is cool, and everything that we do in the regular season is cool to an extent. It's when we get to the playoffs where we stall and falter. So, like Jose said, when you start playing these playoff teams and you start getting in these situations trying to chase the championship, and you're throwing the ball 7 times to your wide receivers, that tells you that there's a dearth of talent there. Now, yes, we have Zay. Yes, I believe he's a number one, but in certain situations, are we going to be able to count on him to get open? On that 3rd and long in the playoffs, when we need that first down, are we sure he's going to be Anquan Bolden-esque and he can just throw it up to him and he's going to go get it? So us doing this right now, it's not helping, but we are establishing an identity, I think, or trying to at least, because when you get teams that can't stop the run, you run the ball. You play to their weaknesses. We played Kansas City in the playoffs last season. They couldn't stop Buffalo running. What did we do? We decided to pass instead of running the ball. So I think this may be a stepping stone to what's going to happen. Hopefully, this is just a prayer for me, they're going to do something to acquire a real wide receiver opposite Zay. And then Bate can play the slot and do whatever the hell he's going to do. But somebody that they can count on to Lamar, where Lamar knows, I'm going to get this dude the ball.
Right. Yeah, with me, I'm finally to the point where we finally had something going and we stuck to it. So I don't think this is where the offense is. I think that is where the offense was Sunday. We didn't really need the receivers because we were doing a decent job of running the ball. And there were times where we kind of needed the receivers in the second half to stay on the field. Like that would have been, we needed a receiver to catch the ball maybe to extend the drive and kind of put the game away. So at that time, it would have been good for a receiver to catch the ball, or anybody to catch the ball for that matter, not just a receiver. But I think because we were running the ball so good, the receivers just didn't need to be in the game. And we got a chunk play from Zay. We got a chunk play from Nelly. We got a chunk play from Cornrow Kolar. So a couple of passes that we got, we really didn't have to have the 6-yard routes, the 7-yard routes, because we were getting chunk plays. So I don't think the lack of receivers catching the ball were a bad thing, because even now that I sit here and think about it, they caught 50% of the passes.
Am I invited to this donation party or not? Thinking face.
Yeah, you invited, B. Yeah, you invited. Thank you. So they caught 50% of the passes. Now that I think about it, we completed 14 passes. They caught 7. So even though 7 seems like a low number, as I sit here and think about it while you guys was talking, they caught half the balls.
Well, no, it was more because they only completed 12.
Yeah.
I thought we completed 14. Oh, he was 12 or 14.
12 or 15.
15.
Yeah.
No, so
that's
Yeah, and two of those catches got you 86 yards.
the one to Nelly and the one to Kolar.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I think that it was what was needed Sunday. So I don't think it's a habit forming. All right, let's go to question 3.
Oh, we rolling.
Yep. What are your positive takeaways from the offensive side of the ball?
they used Derrick Henry like they should have been using him. I feel like, I'm not a big fan of seeing Lamar run a lot. I still feel like he ran a little too much. They could give the ball to Justice Hill, but it's not a huge deal, right? Derrick played that bell cow role like he should be. Like they should have had in Baltimore for years. So that's a positive. And I would say also, not a huge positive, but when Dallas was coming back and they had to absolutely go out there and get those first downs, get those conversions, they got the pass to Zay, they got the run from Lamar, and they put the game away on that side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was thinking, you go ahead.
I go. I like the fact that we lined up in certain situations in 22 personnel and said, look here, we got all these big biters on the field. We about to run this ball. You stop it. And in certain situations, they couldn't. We had 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and we came downhill. And with the exception of some people, I ain't gonna call no names or point no elbows, not making their blocks, we lined up and pushed it down their throat. And, had everybody did their job for the most part. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, we got 274 yards rushing. We could have had freaking 400 yards rushing. We could have had 400 yards rushing, honestly.
True.
But I like the fact that we got under center and in pistol and ran outside zone and inside zone and ran duo. That's the positive thing I like about it. About the offense.
All right, couple of things for me. One, of course, Lamar looked great. I like the way Zay Flowers played too. Both of those guys, when you need a big play, they're the ones that are stepping up. Like I don't think Zay is that guy yet, but he's trying to be that guy. And Lamar needs somebody like that to say, "Hey, look my way. I'm gonna make that play for you." Right. So like you mentioned earlier, when we absolutely had to get a first down, it's Zay Flowers that he's looking at. Zay Flowers the one that's making that catch. I love the way Justice Hill played. I think he needs more carries. He needs more targets. Get him involved more. I think all his plays were positive plays, right? So he's a good change of pace back, and yeah, feed him more. I mean, I think the more you feed him, the more he's likely to break a big play, like a big run. He's got the speed, he's got that ability. Give him more opportunities, right? 5 carries for 33 yards. He had 2 catches for like 20, 21, 22 yards or something like that. Get him involved more. I want a picture of that play where Lamar threw a touchdown pass to Rashad Bateman. He puts his hands up before Bateman even gets that touchdown. Like Lamar was just in the zone.
And Bateman ran a great route on that too.
He did. He completely juked that guy. Lamar he is locked in right now. You gotta give him the help. Like give him something out there. Like he can really light it up the way Josh Allen's about lighting it up right now. Give him something.
And I like what he told Marlon on the during live too.
I love it. Before
if
we
you
came
don't
on
know,
live,
he told live, hey, you need to be off Instagram Live. He said you don't need to be on Instagram Live. You need to be somewhere. I don't know if he told him like studying or getting locked in or something, but you don't need to be on Instagram.
Get locked in for next week.
Yep. Yeah.
And he told him he should have caught that interception. And Lamar tried to say, "Oh well, it was a holding call." He said, "I don't care.
He still should have
need to catch that."
All right. So I just wanted to have a different positive than everyone else. But to Jose's point, Lamar being locked in, that touchdown throw to Bateman, I think that's what he was looking for versus the Chiefs. He thought that Bateman was going to make a move like that, and that's why he threw it to that open spot. Didn't happen. But the positive that I wanted to touch on was I want to give kudos. 3/4 of the way kudos. And it's not his fault. It's not, don't laugh, right? It's not his fault. I'm going to give kudos to Todd Monken. I think that he called a masterful game for the first 3 quarters. I think that he utilized all the weapons that we had at our disposal for the limitations that the offensive line had. Now, I think once things started to get tight, I think John Harbaugh kind of took control and was like, bruh, go conservative. Like, slow things down a little bit. So I just want to say, for the first three and a half quarters, for 3.5 quarters, yeah, maybe, he called a great game. So positive to me was Todd Monken stepping up and doing what he needed to do as an offensive coordinator.
Right. All right. Mouse died. Give me 1 second to get my charge. Completely died on me.
Uh-oh. Just prolong the show.
So, yeah, what we were discussing as we were coming on air was that IG Live, and we're glad that he called out Marlo. And I just feel like, man, they're just sick of his antics at this point, right? They're sick of all that. You know, Marlo has a way of handling things, which is fine. Everybody deals with stress and pressure and all that their own way. He jokes a lot, and you know, he kind of like lets off steam that way. But that's not how everybody else. That's not how everybody else deals with it. And I think he needed that from Lamar to say, "Hey, man, this isn't a joking time." I'm back. Coach is back. Coach, I was just saying that we needed that from Lamar. Like Marlo needed to hear that from Lamar at that point, because like Marlo deals with stress and whatnot a different way. He likes to joke a lot and all that, but that wasn't a joking moment. Like they almost gave up a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter. They looked bad down the stretch, and it was his fault. It was his side of the ball's fault. It was defense's fault. Right. And I think that was a shot, not just at Marlo, at the defense. Like, you guys better wake up.
Right.
Yep.
And Marlo need to just read the room sometimes.
Yeah. He never does.
He does not.
He never does. He never reads the room. Never reads the room.
I mean, this is last year in Baltimore, so
it is.
I think people forget Marlo was a $98 million cornerback.
Cornerback.
Yep. Yeah, $98 million.
And I don't think he's been restructured. I don't think.
Not this time. They didn't do it this time. They've done it like 3 times before, but not this one.
Okay. All right. Question number 4. In the first half, we held the Cowboys to 6 points. Mm-hmm. What went right in that first half?
We're just more physical than them, man. On both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. Right? Like we beat them up. We got pressure on Dak. Because they're a little bit more predictable of a team. They just can't run, right? Nobody's afraid of Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle. So and they know that. They weren't even attempting to really run the ball. So you could really pin your ears back and go after Dak. So that made it easier. The coverage wasn't great all game, but we made some key plays. Nate Wiggins punching that ball out was huge, and that was deflating for them. I think if they score there, things could get a little bit tighter, but they struggle to get down there. When they get down there, you punch the ball out. That's deflating for a team like that. So we made necessary plays in the first half to kind of break their will a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what Jose said. And if you actually watch the game towards halftime, that fumble affected CeeDee Lamb, because even going into the half, he was still holding his head down, shaking it, because he knows at that time it could have made the game a little bit tighter. And if they'd have got the field goal or a touchdown, that 19-point fourth quarter, we would be talking about something a little bit different right now. So I just think the Ravens went in there and out-physicaled them, because Jose says this all the time. AFC teams are much more physical than NFC teams, and they know this, and they're afraid of this. And plus, we're Baltimore. We're supposed to be rough and tumble, run the ball down your throat, play great defense, and we did that to them in the first half. Chris is here.
Yeah, let me get Chris in. Give me 1 second. Let me get Chris in.
Yeah, basically to kind of piggyback off what y'all said, Dallas is soft and Dak plays better when the pressure's off.
This is true.
He battled back, though.
Because the pressure was off.
I saw everybody else quit.
Yeah, no. When you're down 22, with 8 minutes left or whatever. You know, it doesn't matter what you do at that point.
That's true. That's true.
What's up, Chris?
What up, fellas?
What up? What up?
On, man?
Chris.
My bad for the tardiness.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometime. Life be lifing. Life be lifing. I think we still good. We still good. Hold on. I don't know if that really matters. I know you can't see it now. I think we good. All right. So the question Chris was just asked. We just started on this. What went right? We gave up 6 points in the first half. What went right in the first half?
Just was out physical the Cowboys. Imposed their will on both sides of the ball. And then when the Cowboys did get some momentum, you know, you had Nate Wiggins hit the ball out, you know, with a timely strip. So whenever they tried to get some momentum, it kind of just ripped it away. And, you know, it seemed like the Cowboys were defeated. Unfortunately, they weren't at that point.
Chris, you and I are right here.
Yeah,
you and I right here.
So I mean, the first half was great, you know, but you know, as we know, as we become too familiar with, we knew what was coming.
Clyde dropped 5. He says for some reason he can't post in the chat, but he said the defense need to run some cover 3. Appreciate you, Clyde. I don't know what they was running, but when they saw CD over there with Wiggins 1-on-1, it was like, oh yeah, let's throw that right there, right before halftime. I think for 2 or 3 straight plays, they threw it at CD when he had Wiggins 1-on-1, and they got down the field like that. But as far as me, what went right in the first half? A lot of Travis Jones, a lot of Michael Pierce, and a lot of Matta BK. Them cats was causing confusion in when they was fresh. When they was fresh and they were stopping the run, they were getting active in the pass rush, making Dak rush his throws, and we had enough sticky coverage to make those throws tight. And because Dak was overthrowing and throwing behind people, and I think that was a big contribution to that D line.
Yeah, and then the completions that Dak had, like the coverage was good on a lot of those. Like he made some like really good throws there, and it kind of reminded me of Stafford last year when they played when the Rams came to Baltimore, and Stafford was just pinpoint, and you know there was some throws there where Dak was just on point.
Yeah.
You get everybody? Because I know I kind of got off track when Chris came in.
Yep. Think so.
All right. Let's go to question 5, which is this question was put up under one of my videos, and I said I didn't answer it as one of the comments. I said I'll save it and bring it to the roundup. And this probably is a question that everybody wants to know the answer to. What needs to change to prevent the fourth quarter meltdowns?
You're a head coach.
Ding, 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 ding. Sense of urgency. I've been saying that since week 1. Right. The problem in that game was Kansas City had a sense of urgency. They knew when they absolutely had to have a score. We didn't. Same thing last week. Raiders knew when they absolutely had to have a score. We didn't. And it followed in this week. We just happened to have a big lead. There were times in the fourth quarter where it's like, you got to step on it, man. Right? Like, can't let them back in the game. You know, getting down the field and settling for a field goal, and it turns out to be a missed field goal. It should have never come to that. If you're not going to go for it on fourth down, which I thought they were going to go for it. That's why I wasn't tripping when they ran that play. I was like, oh, well, you know, whatever. You know,
Right.
They're not in a position to really try to stop us. Like they've already quit. So let's pick up this first down, run some more clock, get a field goal or a touchdown. But they just stopped, right? And just went for a field goal, missed a field goal, and now there's a little panic sinking in because every time, you know, Tucker misses a field goal, that's doom and gloom for us. So it's just that lack of sense of urgency on Harbaugh's part. We get up big, and it's like now we can coast. No, you can't coast. This is the NFL. and we're always playing talented teams. So you can never let up. And there's nothing, and this ain't college. There's nothing wrong with the blowout, right?
Nothing.
Like there's nothing wrong with the blowout. Like you say, foot on necks.
Yep.
Right? I don't care how much we're up by. We have a whole quarter to play, especially with us. Man, we playing like it's tied. That's how they need to finish. And that's a coaching thing.
Somebody just put in the chat box, Roquan need Ozempic. But go ahead. Somebody else can answer.
Margero.
Head coach.
That's it.
That's it.
Yo.
And that's the thing. Like, people would say, like, oh, what did John Harbaugh do wrong yesterday? And it's like, it's not about yesterday's game. Like, how many times have you, like, we've seen the same story play out. You know, it's not about one game. I don't know why people are so hung up on this one game. Like, we've seen this 10 other times. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. We just saw it last week.
Yeah, that's low.
Yeah, we just happen to hang on to this game.
Yeah, so it's like it's not just one game where, like, come on, like have an honest conversation about the head coach and the things that continue to plague this team with him in charge. Like, it's not about, oh, well, they didn't execute. Oh, the penalties. Yeah, like, this has been an ongoing issue. So if it's an ongoing issue, and he's been the person in charge of hiring the coordinators, you know, making these decisions when it comes to time management, you know, that falls on his shoulders. You know, you're the head coach. You know, I don't understand the excuses for it.
Yeah, because it's been what Dean Pease, Wink Martindale, Mike McDonald, Zach Orr, you know, going back to Cam Cameron and you know, Tressman, Marty Morningwig, Greg Roman,
Todd
Monken. All the faces around him change. All the coaches around him change. The GM changed. The all the players have changed, but you still have those same recurring symptoms of John Harbaugh's
Even in the
leadership.
2012 Super Bowl
You're
run,
always undisciplined.
Ravens somewhat abandoned the
Right?
run
You
game
never
against
have
the
good clock
Patriots
management.
and almost
You can
blew
never
the
put
Super
teams
Bowl.
away. You're never
12 years
ready
later,
for
the same
teams that you
systematic
should
issues
blow
still
out.
exist.
Right? So it comes down to him.
Marco G just dropped 3 and had a nice lengthy post, which is kind of spot on to what you guys saying. He said even in the 2012 Super Bowl run, Ravens somewhat abandoned the run game against the Patriots, almost blew the Super Bowl. 12 years later, the same systematic issues still exist, which is similar to the same thing. Same thing. Lights went out in the Super Bowl, and it's like everything just stopped.
It's a different game when they came back on.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I was distracted by the Omega Psi Phi offensive lineman that just caught a touchdown for the Washington Commanders. That's why I was distracted. My bad. Root to the Bros for catching the touchdown.
Oh, they're winning.
Yeah, they are.
28-13.
Yeah. So my bad. That's why I was distracted. I apologize. But I think that we part of it is this brotherhood that I don't want to embarrass nobody else. And this other thing is that I want to get this lead and I want to hear them get this game over with. That's it. I want to get the lead, run the ball, and get out of here. And as much as this statement is kind of aggravating to some people, it's really true. Y'all remember Kicker used to always get on the coaches and say it's 60 minutes. It's not the first 4 days, it's 60 minutes. That's true. Because we'll play damn good football for 48, and then the other 12, we almost blow it. It's like the coaches shut down and be like, look, let's just try to get out of here. Don't get anybody hurt. Don't Don't do nothing extra. Don't show nothing else. Let's just get out of here.
You know, the thing to me, because this is something they had in Carolina too when Ron Rivera was there, right? He said in a press conference that he wanted to win game 7-6. Like, if I were an owner, you said that, you're fired right then. Like, I don't understand. You play and coach one of the most aggressive game there is, and you put the most conservative people in charge of it.
Yep.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. As Xavier Smith made a good point, he said that the coaching staff expects teams to roll over, but every head coach preaches adversity. Right. No. All these guys pay millions of dollars. They ain't going to roll over. And that's why the NFL is a week-to-week league. That's why the 0-16 team, if you 0-15 or whatever, if you leave them in the game, they're going to try to beat your butt.
Yep.
They're going to try to beat your butt.
And they're at home. They're at home. They're
Right.
playing in front of their home crowd.
After just getting their butt blowed out by the Saints.
How about
So-
the Cowboys?
And it's like you just had this happen last week. So you would think like you would be on guard, like, hey, we're not gonna let last week happen again.
Right. They're like, good thing it happened last week. No chance it happens again.
Which is wild. But anyway, let's move on to our next question. Let's see where we at. Number 6, yeah. This is for everybody now. I want to see. I'm gonna highlight the best answers in the chat box too. With the way John Harbaugh played games with the media this week, how do you think the fan base outside of the way we view Harbaugh views Harbaugh? And what have you guys been seeing on your socials as well?
Oh man, they look at John Harbaugh like Donald Trump. This man is so unserious. Listen, and so what I've seen is some question if Steve Bisciotti or somebody else stepped in and had a conversation with him. Because if you remember at the beginning of the week, it's pretty much I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do and put in who I want to put in. Then at the end of the week, it was, we might rotate some things and see what happens, put the best guys in, however it may come. Then come Sunday, we rolling with the same bullshit. So a lot of people just like, yo, I don't think he's serious. I think for me personally, for him, it's all about ego. It's all about I'm gonna do things the way that I want to do it, and once we win, I'm going to look like a genius. Like this is my plan. This is EDC's plan. We're smarter than everyone else. We're gonna zag when you zig. So we're gonna do things our way, the Raven way, and prove everybody wrong. But people are looking at them like, yo, that's not working. You blew a lead last week. You almost blew a lead this week. What are we gonna do next week? Where's the leadership?
Hendo, one thing you said, where you said he's just gonna go back and do the same thing. He didn't even do the same thing. He did worse.
Yeah,
He
you're right.
give Rosengarten one snap.
Not one snap.
Not
bro.
one.
Not one snap. So it's like he was just like, nah, like, and it's not like McCarty wasn't like out there whooping people's asses. I mean, he wasn't getting his ass whooped either. But it's not like, oh, he's dominating, so we got to just let him rock this game.
Right.
So it's weird, man. It's just
This
real
shit crazy.
weird.
It's crazy, right? Because he said in the
And
press
there's no
conference.
reason for it. All he'll say is, "Oh, well, the script didn't call for it. The flow of the game, we didn't really get."
Hey,
to rotate players."
I finally had enough, man. I had to send the dude to the shadow round. He's getting on my fucking nerves.
All right, you out.
Yeah, he didn't have strike 12.
Man.
Who's that?
The people in the chat know. Brandon and Ridge know who it is.
What is he talking about? I love Harbaugh.
Oh,
Nah, I just get on my fucking nerves.
Oh, damn.
Shut him out. Shut him out. Who was it?
I ain't even see it. I don't know.
But
It's two straight days of this bullshit, man.
really,
Somebody on their knees for Harbaugh,
fact.
What?
just giving that sloppy toppy to him.
What?
Listen, I guarantee your man gonna come out in the press conference tomorrow and be like, Rosengard didn't play? Oh man, I gotta check the film. I gotta see that.
Just how the game went.
Right.
That's how the game went, yeah.
He's a petty, arrogant liar. That's what it is. And I like a good bit of petty. Like I tell Jose all the time, because we're big boxing fans, and Canelo, everybody wants Canelo to fight David Benavidez. It's the biggest fight out there, right? And Canelo's not doing it because I guess he just doesn't want to fight him, and he's asking for ridiculous amounts of money, all this stuff. But people keep talking about him. He's ducking. Oh, he's scared of Benavidez, all this stuff. And Benavidez's nickname is the Monster. And so Canelo turned around and said, "Oh, you want me to fight the Monster? I'm gonna fight Edgar the Monster Berlanga. I'm gonna beat his ass for 12 rounds."
A different monster.
And I think it's kind of the same way. Like John Harbaugh's arrogant, and he doesn't think that the people who criticize him have any business criticizing him. And he looks down on the fans. He looks down on the media. And it's just the way that it is. And because he won so early in his coaching career, you can't tell him anything.
And that's the comment of the night right there. Because he won so early in his career, you can't tell him nothing. He thinks that that Super Bowl win grants him a lifelong pass.
Yep.
And it don't. Nope. The NFL is what have you done for me lately?
You got to evolve with the times.
Right.
Man, Doug Peterson got 3 years after he won a Super Bowl. And Philly was like, goodbye.
Right.
And
Andy Reid.
But yeah.
Andy Reid. Andy Reid went to the Super Bowl with Philly, with T.O. and them?
Mm-hmm.
And then fell off the cliff. You got to go, cuz.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it's like you got to. So, all right. He got to the AFC Championship game. But it's like just the same thing with the Eagles. It's like you see kind of a plateau there. And it's like you need a new voice. Like that message gets stale with players, hearing that over and over again from the same dude. We had a heart on our sleeves, like how many times can you hear that, And it's like sometimes you need to breathe new life into a team that's very close.
Right.
Like look, Hendo's Golden State Warriors.
Ooh.
Sometimes you need that change.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to fire shitty coaches and hire good ones.
Ooh.
What you owing for, Coach? Look, I put out a video on this. Listen.
Ooh.
Mark Jackson.
Hey, I'm just oohing, man.
Mark Jackson took the Golden State Warriors from 23 wins to 51 wins.
I seen your video. I don't need a recap.
I'm telling the people out there.
Oh, okay, my bad.
for the ones for the Harbaughs, like, what you talking about? He took the Golden State Warriors from 23 wins to 51 wins in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
They fired him after a 51-win season. 51 wins, hired Steve Kerr. They went and won a championship the very next year. So you telling me after all of these seasons of us not going to the Super Bowl, we still have a reason to keep John Harbaugh around? He has reached the ceiling. Like, he can only take us so far. He can get us 14, 13 regular season wins, but when it comes to making that playoff run, he can't do it anymore because he has refused to evolve and change his coaching style. He still wants to run the 2012 Baltimore Ravens, and it's not working like that.
Mm-hmm.
We keep giving excuses to him on why it's going to be next year. After a while, Lamar's not going to have many next years. Yolanda did the stream earlier, and they were talking about giving Zach Orr grace, and I understand that because I was like, the same thing happened with McDonald. Yeah, we need to give him a year's grace, but we can't keep giving years grace to people while Lamar's getting older. We can't keep saying, well, the defense will be good next year and the offensive line will be good next year, and then we'll get some wide receivers in 2026. Like, we can't keep pushing stuff forward. We need to start thinking about now because we don't know how long we're going to have Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, and without him, this organization does not win.
Right.
And that's the point I was going to make too, because the reality is he can't get you 15, 14, 13 wins. Lamar does that.
Exactly.
Right.
John Harbaugh was on his way out with a losing record when he put Lamar Jackson in that starting lineup, and the team turned around overnight. That ain't a John Harbaugh thing.
Won 6 out of 7 and got in the playoffs.
They went 7-1.
Won 7 out of 8. Yeah.
Yeah. What needed to happen last year was they needed to tell Harbaugh, you don't pick your next offensive coordinator, we do. Because the last time that happened, we were actually good on offense.
Who be that?
All right.
Yep.
Yes.
Flacco had a career year.
Yes. Career year. We need a coordinator that's not beholden to Harbaugh, that's not a Harbaugh person, that calls his plays, whether Harbaugh wants to run that play or not. He calls his plays, he runs the offense, and Harbaugh needs to stay out of it. Harbaugh's not an offensive guy. He's proven that for well over a decade. He doesn't know what he's doing there, but he always wants to meddle. He wants to put his hands in something. You ever had a boss that wants to meddle and he doesn't know the job?
Facts.
Malik says the video of the post-game locker room speech shows the team is sick of Harbaugh. What y'all got an idea what he talking about?
He may be talking about when I think it was when the Ravens lost to the Bengals, and Patrick Queen was in the locker room like, man, I'm tired of losing the same way each and every time. Like
Malik, you talking about this last game, or you talking about the old game, Malik?
It was last year with Patrick Queen. He may be talking about that one, but he was just like, I'm tired of we keep losing the exact same way, and I'm getting sick of this. Like, it's tiring, and that's why Patrick Queen probably not here,
and that's why Patrick Queen 3-0.
Thanks.
But what I saw just from me seeing stuff on social media, I saw, even though we won this game, I saw no change of people wanting to ixnay
right?
Harbs. I saw no change in like the get rid of Harbs. I didn't see any change in that. I saw people still clamoring like, hey, cuz you need to go.
Yeah, if they started their comeback 5 minutes earlier, Baltimore would be 0-3.
Yep.
I believe that. I really do.
Yeah. Dak Prescott.
I really do. I think if they get that first 2-point conversion, we're in trouble. Yeah. Them not getting that 2-point conversion saved us.
Yeah.
Because their kicker was booting that thing from Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Speaking of, which gonna lead me to my next. Did everybody get a hit of that question? I don't want to skip.
I don't think Chris did. Did you,
Chris? You go ahead, Chris.
What was the question again? My bad.
What do you feel about Harbs? What are you seeing on social media? How's the vibes about Harbs?
Can I curse? Or
sure.
No? Okay. I don't understand the people that's just sucking his dick this whole time. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, like, we see the same shit.
Like Levi?
Oh, that's who it was? We see the same shit year after year after year. And it's like, it's not his fault.
Right.
So it's everybody else's fault except his. It's everybody. It's the offensive coordinator's fault. It's the DC's fault. It's Lamar's fault. It's everybody else's fault but his.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the faces have changed, he's been the same. Not his fault. That shit is mind-boggling. And it's like the loyalty to that man. And it's like, you can say like he did something wrong. Like,
it's okay.
It's fine. Like, and to me, like, the AFC Championship game, I don't want to hear shit about him. Because for you to look at that game plan and be like, yeah, that's gonna get them. Like,
this the one right here, boy. Hey, this it right here.
Like, I watched a lot of Ravens games, and that is the dumbest game plan I've ever seen in my life from this team. The dumbest game plan I've ever seen. You could talk about execution and all that, but the game plan was fucking dumb. And anybody who just falls on their knees and wants to fucking battle for him, and anytime somebody criticizes him, it's like those people are delusional too. Because it's like he can't do any wrong. And you know, Lamar has those people too, where if you say something bad about Lamar, like if you're like, oh damn, I wish Lamar was more accurate with that. Oh, you fucking hate Lamar. No. It's we being fair. Like, criticize people when they need to do better. You know, and John Harbaugh, this has been an ongoing thing with him for years. And it's like we just want to give him more grace after we've seen this over 10 times. It just doesn't make sense.
And it's crazy how people do that, because I had an issue on Twitter today when I was talking about 77 when I started seeing the plays where he messed up on. Even though in the videos that I put out today, I talked about him, I gave him props for the stuff he did right. But because the guy didn't watch the videos, he only saw what I put on Twitter, which weren't like showing Falele in a positive light.
Yep.
He was like, you ought to just give props what props do. He played better and don't be so negative all the time. But I was like, well, I gave props. But he was like, I went down your timeline. I ain't see you get no props. I was like, well, it wasn't on my timeline. Well, you should just give props and just move on. I was like, well, with your comments, you seem like you happy with 9 and 8. I'm looking for championship mentality.
Yep.
If you cool with 9 and 8, I ain't. I want championships.
what's stopping him from posting positive clips?
Right.
Like,
Or he didn't have to say nothing. He could have just been like, "Ooh, you tripping," and went on. He didn't have to type up. He had to type nothing.
I got a question for everybody on the panel. When you go on Twitter or wherever and complain about somebody else complaining, how fucking stupid does that make you look? You complain about somebody being negative, but you posted negative comments about somebody being negative. Like, how stupid do you not think that you look on there? Like, that to me just blows my mind. You up here crying and complaining. Then you post back to back to back to back to back. And now it's like, yo, you really going over the bend, but did you watch the video? Nah, I just saw the comment.
Nope.
I'm gonna give everybody in the chat a little advice here. Okay.
And it wasn't nobody in the chat. This was on Twitter. This wasn't nobody in the chat. We just talking. We just talking right now. We just kicking it.
People are gonna leave comments on this video. They leave comments on every video. But for the ones that want to leave a full article of why they didn't like the video, what the problems that they have with us, save your breath, because we're not gonna read it.
We don't read
it. I'll give you a little further insight.
In fact, we delete them.
Our videos, Jose just deletes them sight unseen, and then if you have the audacity to post it again, you get blocked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Post it. I can't even read.
If that thing's super long, you might get a line or two. If it's super long,
to see how stupid this post about to be.
First of all,
yes.
I'm not.
Now, if you had a long positive post, I'll probably read it. But if you start off, if it's long and I hit one or two trigger words, nah.
I'm not gonna lie. I respond to them. Them negative long posts, I respond. I don't read them. I just give thumbs up. I just put thumbs up there.
T.O. say, I'm writing my essay on why this video sucks right now.
I used to just say, thanks for watching. And I was just like, I'll just delete it. Make them write it again.
Right.
You wrote something?
Some of them think it was just like a glitch on YouTube. Like, shit, I gotta type this. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste it this time though.
Right. And John made a good comment. Every time I'm about to comment on Twitter, I close the app. I remind myself that no one wins an argument on right, because I refuse to constantly go back and forth. Like, if we have a conversation, yeah, but arguing, no.
Fact.
I ain't no. Because when in a distance, there's two people arguing, nobody knows who the fool is. Because both of them look like a fool.
Facts.
Conversation is completely different. We'll engage.
A conversation, right. A conversation is completely different. Completely, and even if it teeters on the line of arguing, I'm gonna try to end it and make it look like something positive.
All right.
Because I ain't trying to argue.
I don't even.
Because I'll hit you with a you right in a heartbeat.
Right.
I'm quick with that. You right.
You got it.
You right.
You got it.
I got into a conversation with somebody on Twitter about Des Bryant when Baltimore signed him, and I was like, "This is the stupidest place on earth. I'm not doing this anymore."
But it is what it is. I try to end with some positivity because there's too much negativity out here in the world anyway. And for us to be arguing about some freaking football that ain't gonna do nothing for none of us, like, them people don't care about us.
Y'all mad about somebody's opinion?
Beat me to it.
You mad
and the
about
person you defended don't even like you.
Facts.
That's what I sound like, bro. This is just my opinion.
John Harbaugh don't like you.
This is just my opinion.
Right.
John Harbaugh don't like nobody.
You don't like John
Right.
Harbaugh. Go find yourself a new team. What?
You don't like nobody.
You don't.
But this the last question I got for us. And I'm kind of perturbed by this.
Okay.
How do y'all feel about the signing of the Ravens' new/old defensive end?
Carolina knew y'all needed some help, so we left him on the street for you.
You know what we're talking about, Chris?
Yeah.
Ngakwe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm numb to it. Like, we listen, the Ravens don't need an excuse, but when they have an excuse, they're going to go out and continue to get defense. Like, this makes no sense. Where's he going to play? Who's he playing over? Unless somebody's injured that we don't know.
He going to play over my boy. I already know it. That mean Tavius going to the bench.
Think so.
Really?
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yannick's older.
Mm-hmm.
29.
He's had more injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So he's going to be playing.
So, yeah.
You said so he's going to be playing?
Yeah. Tavius going to go to the bench.
Yeah.
Is he going to be an inactive?
Who, Tavius?
Yeah.
This is week 3, so probably starting week 6, Tavius will start being inactive.
I hate to see it.
We don't need no offensive lineman.
That's why I'm.
No, granted, look, you're not
Oh,
going.
and I forgot about Adisa.
I
did. John just reminded me. I forgot about Adisa.
Who's that?
Adisa Isaac. He already been inactive, but I forgot we had him too.
He played for the Ravens?
Yeah, another Penn State guy.
I thought he was hurt. Was he?
What number is he?
No, he ain't hurt. Just been inactive.
What number is he?
Well, no, he
50?
was hurt. I thought, right? He had a hamstring thing or something.
Yeah,
Coach, I've never seen that play before in my life.
I'd say like you're not going to find a good offensive lineman on the street at this point.
Oh no, you got trade for him.
But that's what I'll say. Like you're not going to find a good wide receiver on the street. Pick up your phone, Eric. Call somebody. Call somebody who works for one of the other 31 teams and work something out. Don't call the dude who all 31 other teams said no thank you to. Call one of the other people in your position and get somebody who is actively contributing to an NFL team right now.
Talk about
in
Zach.
a position that you need.
Not only am I not going to call somebody and trade anything of value for a valuable asset, I'm going to get the guy that nobody's calling.
We'll give you Adam Thielen.
He got too much. He got too much work the other day.
No, Adam Thielen will fit exactly what we do. Old, hurt, slow.
No, he wouldn't because he catches passes.
I was going to say he can't catch though. You let me get to my last point. But you also have a guy on the bench that we think can play over the guy that's on the field. But I digress.
Who is that?
Who's that?
Ben Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Who, the guy that doesn't practice?
Right.
You talking about practice?
We used to say Harb like those athletes.
Facts.
Man. I forgot. I hadn't checked the likes. Let me see what we had on likes, man. I've been neglecting you guys' likes. My bad. We over. Let me hit y'all with the 75 and the hundo. I appreciate y'all for coming in and hitting that like button. We got a lot of people that's gonna be on the wheel this month, boy. A lot of people gonna be on that wheel.
The Bengals are not laying down.
They're not what the score is.
28-20.
Oh snap! That mean, that's the game I'm watching. I'm tripping.
A minute and a half left in the third.
Yeah, it's 40-10 in that other one though.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Don't tell me, because I refuse to accept it, that the Commanders are better than the Ravens. I'm not gonna do it.
I ain't gonna tell you that.
Certainly
I ain't
appears
gonna tell you
that
that.
way.
You are what your record says you are.
You right. One last thing before we get up out of here. Sunday night with the Bills blasting the Jaguars right now, and our quote unquote little resurgence that we had in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Can we come this time next week? Can we be 2-2?
We could.
Well, let me rephrase that. What's it gonna take for us to be 2-2 next week?
Kyle Hamilton to cover. Somebody.
They can look. Yes, they're beating the brakes off the Jaguars. I'm not 100% sold on the Bills, man. They're hitting a punching bag. The punching bag don't hit back. All right. Congratulations. Well, yeah. Right in the nuts, right? We can beat them. Like the defense just has to wake up. We have the talent. Okay, like they just had to do better out there. I don't want to hear anything about Zach Orr, man. Like those are veterans out there. They know what they need to do. You've played together. Like go out there, play your game, play like you did the first 3 quarters of the Dallas game. You can absolutely. Yeah, I'm not gonna say you're gonna hold them to 17 points or nothing like that, but you can keep them. You can keep them in check, and man, play your game on offense, man. Like we can win that game. It'll be tough, but we can do it.
I don't like
prime time.
I don't like the matchup only because they got rid of Stephon Diggs. Now you don't know who to cover. Before you knew Stephon Diggs was gonna get the volume of the passes to him. Now this week you don't know who he's throwing to, and as we saw the other day, Jalen Tolbert, Turpin, Brooks, all of the other guys was out there eating. Outside of
I hear you. But
Keon Coleman got a touchdown today.
He did.
Their number one has been the little dude though.
Yeah.
Shakir.
Yeah.
He's been a number one, and the tight ends.
Ooh, that's the problem. We can't.
They got 2 tight ends.
Yeah, we can't cover tight ends
That's the problem right there.
Mm-hmm.
or fullbacks.
Lupke, whatever. He's essentially their best running back because Dallas don't have no tailback. Deuce probably their best tailback, and they don't even play him.
No.
And he 5'1", 105 pounds.
Coach, did you see him when he got on the field?
He's so little.
It's like somebody's child out there. I was like, oh.
He is. His daddy worked for the Cowboys. He is somebody's child.
I know, but I mean, it's like one of them cartoons where they had a baby run on the field. I'm like, oh.
It is what it is. Malik just hit us with the money line. Ravens -1.5.
What?
Okay. Well, that's where it's at.
Right
So,
now.
Chris,
Let's go after this game.
ask you this question: what y'all DCP? Any plans? Or y'all still to be determined?
Yeah, we put one out a couple weeks ago. I think that gives us like a 4-week grace period.
Okay, well, we'll move on to lunch break hot take. What we talked about it early in the show, but let the people know that came in late what y'all got going.
Yeah, this Wednesday and every Wednesday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, the LBHT show. Look, obviously we're gonna discuss some Ravens, this upcoming game against the Bills, keys to victory, so to speak, and we're gonna do the same thing with the Panthers. They did what the Ravens couldn't do last week, and they took care of business against the Raiders. So we're gonna see how they're gonna do the same thing against the Bengals next week, which it's starting to look like that's a real possibility, a real likelihood, if you would. So check us out. We're gonna talk some WNBA playoffs as well, because that's going on. If you didn't know.
Speaking of, you remember that message I put in our group chat?
Yes.
Who is in charge of that? That was dumb to me. Chatbox and player and chatbox and panel. Why was the WNBA playoffs up against the NFL yesterday?
Because that's not even the dumbest thing they do. It's a best of 3 series, and they do 2 home games at the higher seed, and then if they split, the low seed gets the elimination game at home.
What?
So like the Fever and the Sun, they played on Sunday. They played in Connecticut because Connecticut's the higher seed. They're playing game 2 in Connecticut, but they're not playing until Wednesday. Now, if the Fever happen to win that game, then they got to fly to Indiana and play on Friday
for the elimination game.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
If they get to that, Indiana gonna win that game.
I don't know about all that.
Shout out to Caitlin Clark and all her fans. Played like shit.
Yeah, Coach, Connecticut got the defense.
No, I'm saying because if they even get to that environment in Indiana,
yeah, it makes no sense.
It's gonna be crazy. And I still ain't watched but one game this year.
Connecticut is that team. They not worried at all.
They're not beating my Aces, but they are that team though.
All right,
why Buffalo still scoring?
What?
46-10.
Because John Harbaugh not the head coach.
Hendo, what you got? Did y'all finish, Jose? I know I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we're done. We're done. Ring Kings podcast. Check us out. We owe you guys an Anthony Joshua reaction. He got knocked the F out.
Right. young man. I don't know why you come around here messing with these folks.
Right.
You want some of me, old man?
No.
What's Channing Crowder say? He got caught with his booty in the air.
Whoa. I missed that one.
Channing Crowder's a wild boy.
Yeah, he is that.
That's exactly what happened. Face
He
down.
tried to use his head as a leg.
Hendo, what you got coming up? You still no lives?
I'm trying not to, Coach, but I do a video. I just put out a video a couple hours ago on the Dallas Cowboys Baltimore Ravens game, but there's a reason why the Ravens in the future may pay the price. So if you want to find out the reason why, check that out. I'll put out videos throughout the week, and you can find me on the Road Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of your social medias. I'm there, and I may eventually come back live, but y'all got it on lock.
He does do lives.
I thought I seen him live. I thought.
Oh yeah, you can find me Tuesday nights,
9 p.m. Eastern time.
Still conspiracy.
Well, at least it ain't still Claw no more.
But well, you know what? They won a game, so we might go back to the Steel Claw.
No,
Oh.
there.
Okay.
Co-host.
Hey, well, and for myself, you guys know where to find me here, but you can find me on the second channel, which I tried to post. I gotta amend what I say. I try to post 3 times a week over there on More Sip to Tally, but life be life sometimes. And but I should get it this time because I got most of my work done for the main channel today. So I got 2 videos that are cooking for the main channel now. I got a video that's coming out in the morning at 9:30, and I'll get to work on some stuff for More Sip to Tally in the morning. But I will tell you, the video for More Sip to Tally that's coming out next will be the chef himself, the Red Rocket, Mr. Andy Dalton, because he was throwing laser, like how they dude did it on Austin Powers. He was lasers yesterday. So that's what I'm gonna start working on tomorrow. A video from the Red Rocket, because he was getting busy yesterday. So if you want to check that out, make sure be on the lookout for that on the second channel, More Sip to Tally. And if guys don't have any closing words, that's about all I got. Y'all got any closing words?
Have a good week.
That's it. And we'll see Jose and B Wednesday. You'll see me and Chris Wednesday before Jose and B on our Chalk Talk. We'll see Hendo and B Tuesday on Still Conspiracy. And other than that,
well, actually, I did have one thing.
Go ahead.
My bad. I just want to say shout out to Suge. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Suge.
Happy birthday, Suge.
Suge, the Ravens fan that was trying to drop hate in the comments. I seen it, but I wasn't going to put it up there. He was trying to be slick.
Hating with a Ravens channel.
Wow. But again, happy birthday, Suge, man. Appreciate you for being a good dude. Even though we're gonna buy you a Lamar jersey for your birthday.
He likes Lamar.
He
loves Lamar. He loves Lamar.